This is the Artemenko residence, and we're going to be doing a yard cleanup to prep the house for going on the market. So this is the backyard, and I'll just start out from this patio. So first thing first, there's some river rock going through this joint here, and then that joint there, and then it all meets here, river rock as well. So we are gonna do a quote for putting a 3/4 inch tan color river rock, which matches what's in front. And then just the weeds here, we'll just carefully trim them and then spray them after that, and then put new rocks in. This bush right here, this bush, we're just gonna shape it round, this one and this one. All the weeds, we're gonna do our best to knock down anything above 2 inches, and the rest we're gonna spray with a weed killer. So that applies to the backyard and the front yard, okay? This kind of wall of I think that's ivy. What we're gonna do is we want to trim it just a little bit, and you can kind of see where the new growth is on the top. We're gonna trim just a little bit, but not far enough to expose the woody growth. Back here, not much needs to happen. We just need to spray all the weeds here, and that's it. Moving along, we did talk about removing these pavers because they don't match the stone, and then we'll need to shovel back some of the dirt away from this patio so that when we put the mulch, we're doing a black wood chip mulch in all the planter beds, so that it matches up with this patio here. Obviously blow out the leaves. This Texas privet, we just need to cut back these bottom branches, and that's it. Blow out the leaves, rake out all the leaves. Some pine needles in here that we need to clear out, so black mulch goes in here as well. This let's see, so this ivy, we're gonna pull out all this ivy up to the fence, and then at fence, so this right here we're gonna remove too. At fence, basically we want to leave it all because it looks nice and green. Just some stragglers like this, we're gonna hand prune them back, and then here we're gonna cut everything back all the way to the retaining wall, basically hedge trim it to the retaining wall. Obviously there's leaves in here, we need to blow that out. This Texas privet, we're gonna just shape this into a round shape. Same thing with the vines, just back to the retaining wall, all the way back to there. Everything on the fence, we're gonna leave just a few branches that are going onto the tree here. We're gonna cut back, remove the ones on the ground here, and then rake out all the pine needles. There's some of the vine growing onto the ground here. We're just gonna remove it at the base, same as before, leave everything on top. There is no access into the backyard to push a mower in here, so we're gonna use a string trimmer just to knock down all of the grass here, and then obviously trim it back to the hardscape. We're gonna add a little bit of fresh mulch into this pond area right here. Some weeds in here that need to get sprayed. Obviously blow out the pine needles. Some vines growing in here, you can see that. We're gonna pull that out, string trim all of this. We did talk to the client about defining the lawn area a little bit better, and the consensus was from this corner we're just gonna do like a straight line. So this is gonna be like the lawn, and then here we're gonna knock everything down and then spray it with a weed killer, okay? A bunch of leaves here, we definitely want to blow this out to clean it out as much as possible. Moving on to the front yard. Yep, blow this out here. All right, so looking here, there's weeds in the rocks. Look, once again, we're gonna just string trim it down and then spray the rest. Some pine needles to blow out over there. Moving along here, you can see how the mulch just kind of, we need to blow it back, and then we're gonna add new mulch. It's all gonna be black wood chips. These bender boards, they're 2x4s here, and then the one around the lawn right there, we did talk about replacing it with a 1x4, and the goal is going to be to kind of level it out a little better. You can see how it's sticking out and broken right here, so we need the height to match the sidewalk right there. Same thing here and there. Once we do that, we do need to cover up this hole. Just fill it in with some dirt, maybe some from the backyard. Just fill in this hole and then just rake all the rock over. This is the kind of rock we're gonna try to match. It's looks like a 3/4 inch river rock that's got a bit of a tan color. So we'll do our best to match to it, but no guarantees. It's a natural material, always varies in color. So the weeds here, so this area, we are gonna pull the weeds just because it's the entryway. We wanna get this looking as clean as possible right away, this area. The rest is gonna be string trimmed, okay? Pruning, this is a bit of a mess. This heavenly bamboo started growing into these African iris. So this heavenly bamboo, trim it separate, and then the rest we're going to remove the heavenly bamboo, and just so that the African iris is alone by itself. These heavenly bamboos, we are going to shape them. The large bushes there, they've already been trimmed. They look good. We don't need to touch that. The agapanthus actually look good. We don't want to touch that. We're going to leave it. There is a volunteer in here. We're just going to cut it all the way down to the ground. Just a volunteer. This is the volunteer. I'm putting it out. It's pretty thick, but the agapanthus actually look beautiful. We're going to leave those alone. The lawn here, we are going to mow it as low as possible to hopefully encourage it to grow back. But the client did ask us to give them an option to put in sod in here. That's going to be an optional item on the estimate. So yeah, you can see the weeds here get a lot thicker. Just like I said, string trim and spray with weed killer. There are drip lines that are exposed right here. The reason that happens is because they didn't get pinned down originally. So we're going to need to rake back some of the rock, pin down the irrigation lines, and rake the rocks over them again. Rake the rocks back from the pathway. You can see the irrigation lines right here all the way here. So we need to hide those so it looks nice and neat. Weed whack the weeds in the joints on the pathways, okay? Let's see. So there's also ivy growing here. We're just gonna do the same thing here, just trim it back. Just trim it back a little bit, see, like that. Same thing here, just anything that's growing out, we're gonna trim it back and leave the rest. Some weeds here, leaves here. Yeah, so the client did say with the mulch to just do the most visible spots. So what I said in the backyard, and then up to this corner here in the front yard. And this is mocha bark. We're gonna put in the black bark in here too. So just up to this corner, all of the planter beds is gonna get black wood chips, okay? Let me see. I think that's everything. Yes, I think kind of once we get the pruning here taken care of, so we separate the plants and clean up the borders, these borders, and obviously the lawn, it's gonna look nice and clean, kind of match the modern clean look of the architecture. And that's it.